American, an Australian and a Canadian walk into a fabric shop, what will they buy?
G'day and welcome to a brand new video. I am in the car with Lady Rebecca Fashions and I am on the right hand side of this car and there is no steering wheel here. It's very odd for me. Rebecca is currently driving us because we are in her home state currently
For a little bit longer
of Washington, but we are heading to
Vancouver, Canada.
I've never been to Vancouver and you haven't been there in what?
Since I was a kid. Since I was like 12,
yeah, a while, 20 years old.
Yeah, more,
yeah. don't give your age completely away. But yeah, so we are excited. We are meeting up with your friend Steph, also my friend because I have adopted her, Steph, and she is a local, so she will be showing us around some fabric shops today. So I thought it would be fun, or rather we thought it would be fun that you come and join us on this little adventure. And no doubt there will also be a video that Rebecca's going to do.
I was about to say that.
So like my video and then also go watch Rebecca's video and compare the two. Alright, let's do this. We have arrived downtown in Vancouver, over there somewhere.
Right there.
Right there, over there is Dresso, which is where we are starting. We have the amazing Steph, who is our wonderful tour guide, who knows this area very well, and she has just told us that there is cheap silk and like trimmings and notions and everything like that in this Dresso. So yes please and thank you. So I've got a joke. I feel like this is the start of a joke. An American, an Australian and a Canadian walk into a fabric shop. What will they buy?
Everything.
Dresso. So colorful.
Okay.
It is Inception, vlog Inception.
Here, wait, I want to do a little
Look at it all.
We are here at Dresso and we're about to go in.
So we have found the silk here. And they range from $10 a meter to $25 a meter. And I think I might get some of this. I don't use check a lot, but I really like these blues. I think they're really nice. So we're gonna have a little bit of a think about that because this is $10 a meter. And the Australian and Canadian dollar is very similar. So this is like $11 per meter for me, which I'm very happy with. But yes, we're having a look. We're deciding the clueless bathing suits.
That's a stretch. I mean,
that's fabulous. So fabulous. Also, I'm getting this entire bolt of trim for $1. Yes. So I think I've decided that I'm going to put away what I dubbed as like the Cheshire Cat one, which was a pink and purple. It was this one here. So it's a dusky pink and purple. Although it's pretty, the colors are not speaking to me, unlike the blue check, and it's $10 a meter. I can't go past it. I am really tempted to buy everything on these two bolts and just make something obnoxious with it and love every moment of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I still want to go and have a look at everything else as well because there's so much very cute fabric here. It is a 55% silk, 45% poly, so that's, you know, obviously why they can sell it at $9.99 a meter, unlike the 100% silks, which are still, you know, $25 a meter. But all of these colors are very muted and I don't use a lot of muted fabrics in my cosplay or in my personal life. I'm not drawn to them. So I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna stick with these blues because honestly they just jumped out at me and they're calling me to take them home, and I mean, who am I to deny what the fabric is telling me? I just saw this one. This one is $25 a meter, but oh, that is very pretty. I really like that. Oh, I don't know what I would ever use it for, but I like the red and the gold together.
Me and fabric stores. What do I use it for? Nothing. Yeah. I need to buy it.
I need to buy it. Exactly right. Steph, you are not helping. You are not helping, Steph.
Ever.
I have had my fabric cut. So the red, there was just under a meter on the bolt, so I got all of it. And on the big bolt, there was 10.3 meters of the blue fabric. So I just got all of that, and I'm gonna make an obnoxious bluey inspired costume. Rebecca is tossing and turning over what she should buy. She found some lovely poly taffeta for $6 a meter, Canadian. In the comments, tell us if you think she's gonna buy it or not. So now I'm also looking at the cottons and some polyesters over here as well. Like there's really lovely crepes and whatnot. There's one crepe down there that is just beautifully coloured, and it's like $13 a meter. It's lovely, but I don't have any kind of project plan for it. So I'm just gonna have a little bit of a wonder, see if anything else speaks to me, and keep looking at like the quilters cottons as well, because they're really cute. But yes, they're still downstairs, which is all the notions. Oh, this has sparkles. Oh, so this is okay. Oh, that's interesting. Please hold. We have just finished inside of Dresso, and the damage has been done. It's about $135 for lots of stuff, including 3 whole bolts of trim for a total of like $3.30. So that's fabulous. Other than that, Rebecca's just paying up for her fabric there. But yeah, I'm very happy with my purchases, and we're on to the next fabric shop. We've arrived in store number 2, aka Atex Fabric, who have just moved into this lovely new vicinity, from what I am told. Is that correct, sir? Correct. Excellent. So we're gonna have a little bit of a look-sees and see what tempts us. Not going to lie, I adore the 3D netting. It's gorgeous. I especially love this purple on the side here. It's just stunning. I'm working my way past the wools because I'm Australian, and wool is not a good idea for Australians. But looking at the different cottons, the laces, the tulles, like I'm gonna have a little bit of a look-see, but I definitely feel drawn to that lavender 3D floral fabric. It just, it's speaking to me. I have the goods. So this, Steph saw on it that it had some like little marks and some cuts. So she very kindly pointed it out, and the gentleman was so kind that he just gave me like an extra meter basically for free. So I've got like 4.5 meters of this fabric, so that's more than enough to do a really cute like Bridgerton or party dress sort of inspired, which is what this speaks to me as. So excited, and just so kind. Thank you. We are at our very last location for today, or at least I think we are, and that is Roco Saris and Fabrics. Whereabouts are we?
We are on Fraser and 46th in East Vancouver.
There we go, East Vancouver. So let's go in and get out of the rain and see what it's all about.
Ooh, pretties. So we've got some beautiful fabrics that have like metallic woven through. So it feels like a jacquard or something. I don't know if it's a jacquard or a brocade, but brocade. But it's pretty. It's really pretty. I like this one. It's really nice. And it's $12.50 a yard. That's pretty decent. There is a lot of variation of different fabrics here, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like you don't know what you're going to find. Like, look at all these shantongs. They say polyester or silk, so you know, fake silk, aka shantong. But like, look at that color change of the green to the red. That's gorgeous. And $8 a yard, that's a pretty decent price. We're at the sales section. Let's have a look. This is gorgeous. Oh my goodness me. It's just this like metallic shimmer. Definitely, if it was like a little bit darker, it would be perfect for Penelope's dress from season 3. So nice. It's got that like bronze to it as well. So there is this beautiful fabric that comes in purple, pink and blue that has the most beautiful embroidery pattern on it with some sequins. But Rebecca is getting the blue and there's about 2.5 yards there. So I've decided that I am not going to get it because I have already bought a really beautiful purple, the purple flower one from the previous shop, and I think I like that more, so I think I'm going to leave it. But I have found something that will work as lining. It's $4 a yard and it's the right colour for that, so I'm going to get 5 yards of this, I think. We have just finished inside of the shop and yeah, I just got the purple fabric. I didn't do too much damage. I think that I am all fabriced out. There were lots of beautiful fabrics, it's true, in this shop, but none that really made me go, ooh, I really want to like work with that. And I think that I am over wanting to try and do Penelope Season 3 dress, the dark green one, as much as I love it. I mean, I had the fabric in my hand, it was $8 a yard, and I just said, you know what, nah, not for me anymore. That's not to say I dislike Penelope, like I still love my girl, I'm excited more by her pirate costume now that has been teased for Season 4, which I may have fabric waiting for me at home once I get back to Australia. But I did buy 5 yards of a really lovely purple lining for the 3D florals that I got in the last shop in Atex Fabrics, I think it was. So yeah, so this is the last fabric shop for today, I think, and that has been fun. I'll show you what we got later. Good morning from our hotel room as we are about to check out. There's Rebecca. Poor love, she had to deal with my snoring last night. But we are heading off firstly to have some tea. We've got a very fancy tea little party to go to, which will be fun, at a place called Neverland. That's right. And then afterwards, without Steph, we are doing more fabric shopping at different locations, so stay tuned. Here we are, Neverland Tea Salon. Let's go in and enjoy. Ooh, there's a Rebecca. You match the decor. I know. Cheers. How's yours? It's good. Mine's really good. Our food just came out and it looks divine. And there's Rebecca. Are you excited?
Very excited. It's so pretty.
Oh, let's get into this. Oh, I'm so excited. We're back in the car now and Rebecca is about to start driving because we are going to...
I just hope this lady left me room to go down.
I'm sure you'll be fine. So tea was lovely. Tea was absolutely lovely. I think I tried 3 different teas.
I did too, by way of helping myself.
Yeah, it's true. And the food was absolutely delightful. And there was only one thing that I didn't like, and that was a me thing because I'm not a fan of matcha. I know,
but it was so good.
She had the rest of my matcha,
and it was so good. That was honestly probably my favorite dessert.
We didn't eat the
scone yet. Yeah.
Scone. The scone slash scone because we were so full.
Yeah.
So we have that as a takeaway and we'll eat a little bit later today. We're gonna go to the beach.
Except that it's raining. So
Except that it's
might just
pouring.
go look at the beach.
We'll go look at the beach and it's just, for me it's funny, like a beach in like, you know, somewhere that's not my home is funny.
Angry Otter Liquor, that's a funny name.
Angry Otter Liquor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It has a picture of an otter.
I love that. And then we're going fabric shopping. So we're not going to go to Fabric Time anymore just because it's in the wrong direction, and also it's very like standard fabric from what we can see, and it's like a wholesale sort of situation. So like you can buy small cuts, but if you buy less than 10 meters they will charge you a cutting fee.
Weird.
No, like there's similar stores in Australia in Sydney. I think it's Greenfields, and like they have nice fabric, but you kind of have to know what you want going there.
And the biggest thing really is that it's in the wrong direction when you get stuck in traffic trying to get out of it.
There is that, yes. So we're gonna go have a look at the beach, and then we're essentially going to be heading south back towards the border. So
but stopping at fabric places along the way.
but stopping at fabric places along the way. Yeah, I mean that's what this whole trip is about.
We have made it to Sarpal Cotton Fabrics, and we're about to go in. Already I can see that there's a lot of like Indian inspired fabrics.
It's very pretty.
Rims. So let's go and check it out.
Here's another one that is a contender for Penelope's dress, although this one looks a little bit more blue than the green. But absolutely beautiful fabrics. So many lovely fabrics throughout the entire store. This is a really pretty fabric, but the colour is not right for me, the base colour, but I do love the like vibrant
They're really pretty
flowers. But Rebecca has found a lovely fabric that as an alternative is this one, which is quite lovely, and then you found another one for yourself which was $5 a yard, which is a really good price for like, and yours is a cotton, so
I don't know if these are also $5 a yard.
Yeah, we'll check. So now we're just playing with fabrics to figure out if there's any that we want, because it is really good prices here. Like these are like $5 a yard. A Canadian, this is, may I remind you. So in American, how much is that, like $3.30 or something?
Yeah, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, so like really good price. And there are lots of different fabrics. We've got fabrics with beautiful drape, like this one I really like, but I think the only thing that I would want to make with it would be like a jumpsuit. And I think that as a full jumpsuit, just the pink flowers would just maybe make it a little bit look a little bit clowny. So I'm not sure about that.
So. I don't think it would look clowny. It's very tropical though. So I don't know that it wants to be a jumpsuit. I feel like a dress.
Yeah, and we know how I feel about dresses. So we've just come out of Sarpal Cotton, what is it called? Cotton
Plus. Cotton Plus.
There we are. And funnily enough, not that many cottons.
Yeah.
But really lovely fabrics at a very good price. Like a lot of the fabrics,
$5 a yard.
For $5 a yard, and a really beautiful, like embroidered with sequins one that Rebecca was looking at was $25 a yard, but they didn't have enough. It was absolutely gorgeous.
It was so pretty. It was like, you could just throw it at the world's simplest Regency dress and it would make a beautiful Regency dress.
It's true. Yeah. So lots of fabrics, but just none that like, well, one that grabbed your heart, but none that really grabbed mine. There was one that I was tossing and like turning about, but in the end I decided not to get it just because I think that it just would have not worked. But on to Fabricland now, which is basically the Canadian version of Spotlight.
/ Joann's.
For Americans. Cry, rip. So let's go and have some fun, shall we?
Sounds good.
We have arrived at Fabricland. See the little sign over there? It's still raining, but we're gonna get out. We're gonna have a little bit of a look. Okay. Oh, what I want to try and get here is I want to try and get some shirring elastic. But, I mean, I could get that at home, but we'll see what's here. We found the clearance of cottons. Beck's looking at the Halloween. But yeah, it's basically just like a Spotlight or Joann's, but just fabric and sewing. I mean, I'm not really finding anything that makes me go, yes, I need this, because of the fact that it's so similar to what I can get at Spotlight back home. Well, it's a good standard store. So we have just finished at Fabricland and didn't buy any fabric because honestly the fabric in there is very similar to what I would get in Spotlight, I feel, or Joann's in America for the time that Joann still exists. I'm sorry, Rebecca, cry. But also the prices in comparison to the stores, the stores that we've been into up in Vancouver was a lot higher. However, I did get some shirring, elastic, and I also got these two buttons that have the coolest little texture on it. I don't know if the camera is gonna focus on it. It's just like Faces, only faces. Anyway, it's got a really cool kind of woven texture that I think will look lovely on the new jumper or cardigan that I bought, because it has these beautiful, it's white with these beautiful like little red strawberries on them, but it doesn't have a closure, so I want to do some press studs and then put some buttons on the front, and I think that these will look absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So we're now heading down south further towards Surrey. So we've finished Vancouver. At least for the time being. Who knows? Maybe another day, some other time, Rebecca. Who knows?
Yeah, it's really not far from me.
It really isn't, you know. But we are going to head to Surrey, where we're going to stop in, I think, 2 more stores. So there's Punjab's, kind of Indian fabric, some more of that.
Punjab Cloth Warehouse.
There you go. So some more beautiful Indian cloth, which we're excited for. And then there's also
Save On Fabrics.
Save On Fabrics, which is similar to Fabricland, from what we can tell from the untrained eye.
Literally just looking at Google.
Exactly. So we're going to do that, and then we will head back to Seattle. We've made it to Punjab Cloth Warehouse. So we're gonna go in, have a bit of a look and see what's there to look at. Good times. There is a lot of fabric in here. So we're gonna take our time and we are going to see if there's anything that takes our fancy. So one of the things that they do have is a very good selection of colours of silk, of Japuni silk. There's some that are really sloppy and some that are closer to a taffeta. Very lovely. They're $30 a yard. Not a bad price. But this is what I'm thinking I'm going to get. This is $5 a yard, and it's kind of almost similar to a cotton voile, even though I'm pretty sure it's polyester. But it's so light and so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's just anything with a metallic stripe I'm always drawn to. I think it is so pretty, and I always seem to use them in unexpected ways within cosplay. So I think I'm going to get a couple of meters of this. I just need to figure out how much. We've just finished in Punjab Cloth Warehouse. I definitely got a deal, let's just say that. Mine was $4 a yard, and I got everything that was on the bolt, which was 12 and a bit, and he only charged me for 12. So all up with taxes, it was just over $50 Canadian. And I'm very happy with it, because like I know at some point I'm going to use it. Rebecca did also get a bit of a bargain. It still was good, just not quite as good as mine. She got some beautiful cotton sateen in white, yellow and blue. So, and it's stunning. It's gorgeous quality.
And I use cotton sateen for like all my linings of stuff.
Exactly. So it will come in handy, and it's not going to be readily available to you very shortly. So
let's be honest, from Joann's it hasn't been readily available.
You're kind of right. So we are at the very last location, which is Save On Fabrics. We thought it was going to be like Fabricland. It is not. We can tell that by just what we can see through the window. So let's go and figure out if there's anything in here that will take our fancy. So this store has a lot of different variety of fabrics, but it's kind of like anything goes, because you're not guaranteed to have the same type of fabric in the different types of colours that you may wish for. But what I can say is that they're pretty decent prices, which is nice. So I'm going to have a little bit of a look. Seems like you have to get your elbows in on this one. Rebecca found the silk section, and the silks are very, very reasonably priced. They are from, this one for example is $7.99 a meter, and this one here, which I absolutely adore, is $15.99 a meter.
This one is priceless.
But yeah, we're going to have a look through and see how tempted we're going to be. Rebecca is just having a moment.
We're very tempted.
Look at it. Rebecca, what's going on? What's going on in your mind?
This is so pretty. This would make such a pretty 1860s dress.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
This requires so much fabric.
Well,
and this has no price tag on it.
Let's see. I ended up getting 3 meters of this beautiful Japuni. It's like a pink ice kind of fabric, and it was a total of $50.37 Canadian. So very happy with that purchase. And Rebecca is getting her fabric that she found that she loved. But yes, how many meters was it? 8?
Yeah, 8¼ meters.
Lovely, excellent. She's already got a plan for it. So it is now time for the haul, the damage. So I'm gonna go in order of the shops that we went to. So first up was Dresso. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, lovely. I've got Rebecca off to the distance to make sure that I say the right names. So Dresso, we don't know how long it's going to be open for. They are going through and clearing everything out. So it could be a couple of months, it could be a couple of weeks, just I don't know. There seems to be still a lot of stuff there, and amazing deals, amazing deals. So for example, I got these bolts of trim. So I've got this like dusky pink with gold metallic, and then I have some braiding as well in this like peach color, and then also in a dusty pink, a light dusty pink. Each one of these kind of bolts of trim was $1 Canadian for the entire bolt. Not meter, nothing like that. It was for the entire bolt. And I believe that there is at least 10 meters on each of them. So yes, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get them. What have I got to lose? $1.10 Australian, basically. That's fine. Maybe a little bit more with taxes, but that's fine. Next thing that I got from Dresso was this separating zip. Why am I so excited about this? Because it was very, very cheap. And getting big chunky separating zips in Australia can be quite expensive, at least locally. And what I love about these zips, I've got one nearly identical to this at home, is I use these for my mock-ups. They're nice, they're long, they're separating, they're very versatile. So the one I've got at home is getting a whole lot of use, and I'm often trying to like go, oh man, I wish I had another one. Now I do. Then I also got some fabric, starting off with this beautiful red and gold silk. This was about $14.99 a meter, and I think there was about 90 centimeters left of this. And it's just really, really pretty. As you can see, it has such a beautiful sheen coming up on the camera. I don't know what I'm going to use it in, but I figured it would make a really lovely feature piece in a cosplay in the future. It's just a really interesting silk peony. The texture, the colors, I just saw it and I fell in love with it. So even though there's not a whole lot of it, because literally there was nothing left on the bolt, I was glad that I snagged it. Speaking of snagging, I did also buy the blue checkered fabric that is silk. It is a 55% silk, 45% polyester, I believe, but it's beautiful and it reads really, really lovely. And it was $10 a meter. $10 a meter. So I got all of it. I think there was like 10.3 meters, and I kind of want to do something bluey inspired with this because like it's just, I don't know, it's giving me bluey vibes. And also Australian cattle dog, yes please and thank you. So after Dresso we went to Atex Fabrics, and I bought probably my favorite fabric of the entire trip, which is this stunning,
so pretty, stunning
3D lavender multicolored flowers that is just absolutely gorgeous. Like the camera is not doing it justice. It is so lovely. Every time that I've seen something like this, I've wanted to buy it, but it's always been outside of my budget range. Even the stuff on AliExpress I felt was outside of my budget range, and I couldn't see it up close and personal, of course. That's why I never bought it. But this, I saw it, I fell in love with it, and I got it. It was, I think, $25 a meter Canadian, and because there was some staining at the start of it, I basically got a meter for free, which was amazing. So I have so much of this fabric to play with, and it was basically a bargain in my opinion. Like I've not seen anything in Australia this quality at this price, and it was stunning. Atex Fabrics, top notch, and the gentleman who served us was just really lovely. He allowed us to film, no questions. It was just lovely. So a special shout out to that man. Thank you so much for being so inviting into your shop. We appreciate it. So next was Roko saris and fabric, and I actually did not buy a lot. Check out Rebecca's video because she went ham in there. But for me, I like, as much as I loved the fabrics, I think because I just come from ATEX and like found the fabric, which is like a love of mine, I really wasn't really in the headspace to fall in love with another fabric, I think. And there were some lovely fabrics in there, like absolutely beautiful. Go check out Rebecca's vlog because honestly, you will see exactly the fabric that I'm referring to. But what I did find at a very, very good price was a perfect lining for the fabric that I got from ATEX. And it was really cheap. It was like $4 a meter or something like that. So I can't, you know, I was like, I really can't go wrong with that. I don't think I can get something quite as cheap, as good a quality as this in Australia, at least locally. And you'd have to do locally because you'd have to color match. So thank you to Steph, who went out to the car to grab my fabric so I could color match this correctly. But yeah, it's very soft. It's a lovely lining. Happy days. So the next day we went to Sarpal's Cotton Plus, and I didn't buy anything. Neither did Rebecca. We really enjoyed their fabrics and they were really good prices. Like their cottons were $5 a meter. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But nothing that really kind of grabbed our heart, ripped it out from our chest and said, buy me, otherwise you're not getting your heart back. That's the level in which I've been thinking about this fabric. So definitely check them out, but no, didn't get anything. Then I went to, well, Rebecca and I went to Fabricland, which is the Spotlight equivalent, and I bought some buttons for my cardigan. I really like this kind of woven / woolen texture that they have. I think that's going to look really lovely on the cardigan. And I also bought some elastic thread because I want to do some shirring in my next project. So shirring. Yeah, that's right.
Shearing would be a sheep.
This is what I've been dealing with all week. But yes, shirring. So I'm very excited to deal with this. So after that, we said goodbye to Vancouver and we headed to Surrey, to Punjab Warehouse. Cloth Warehouse. Thank you, Rebecca. Where they had absolutely beautiful fabrics as well, but there were no prices on them. So we had to ask different people what the prices were, which also meant that they sometimes varied. But that was fun because it meant that, you know, we could always be like, well, this person said it was this price and get it cheaper. But it, you know, for me at least it worked. It didn't work for Rebecca, but it worked for me. And I found this beautiful kind of, I want to say cotton wool, but we're not 100% sure. We have to do a burn test on it.
Stiff to be wool.
Look, it is, but I think if I wash it, it's going to get a lot softer. I mean, it does have a metallic stripe through it, so it's definitely not 100% cotton. But it's just stunning. I love the color. I love the metallic stripe. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but as soon as I saw it, I just needed this in my life. And this was about... Oh, how much was this again?
That was $4 a meter.
Yeah.
Were they meters or $4 a whatever?
$4 a yard, I think it was. So I think this was $4 a yard. $4 Canadian. Remember, all of this is in Canadian. So for me, it's like $5 a meter Australian. And like, couldn't be happier with this. Like, it was such a good find. And I
think he gave you a yard free, didn't he?
And he gave me a yard free. I found that the Canadians in the fabric shops were really lovely and generally willing to work with you and even throw in some extra yardage for free, which was really, really lovely. If there was, you know, any way that they could do that. So like if you were buying the end of the bolt, or if there was some parts that were damaged, like the ATEX one, I was expecting him to charge me a remnant price for the meter that was damaged, and he was just like, have it, it's fine. So like that's so lovely. So lovely. Canadians being friendly. Who knew, right? And then we went to Save On Fabric, where Rebecca spotted silk at a very good price. And one of those silks was this one. Now I got, I think, 3 yards of it, or 3.5 yards of this like pink with an ice shot.
Meters.
Was it meters?
That shop was meters.
Okay, 3 meters of this one. And it's gorgeous. I've had fabric like this sort of before, but it was like a silk taffeta, where this is a silk dupioni. And I love this color combination and how it like shimmers under the light. So I think this was $14.99 a meter, which was absolutely acceptable in my opinion for getting such a beautiful dupioni.
I know, it's catching the light over here like so prettily, actually.
So nice. Yeah, I love it. So that was all of the fabric shops that we went to in Vancouver / Surrey. But today, as a special treat, we went to Joann's. Shed a tear. Take a moment, just shed a tear. They're there, Rebecca. They're there. And we had a lovely look around. It was, I'm going to be honest, a disaster zone. And I felt really sorry for the employees, because there had obviously been people who had walked through the fabric and didn't care at all with the fabric, like if they just threw it on the ground, because there was fabric literally down every single aisle on the ground. And the staff was so busy, obviously, you know, they're a fair bit dejected. They're really working hard. I would say that the customers, at least the ones that we saw, they were all being very pleasant and very patient, which was really good, because I honestly think that if I'd seen something different, I would have snapped. Because I've worked in a fabric store before, and honestly, I can only imagine what they're going through right now, and my heart goes out to them. We had a wonderful lady who helped us get some fabric down from a top shelf, and then we helped her kind of put more fabric from the very top shelf out, because she didn't have extra pair of hands because everyone was busy. And I was like, it's absolutely fine, like, let's go, let's do this. I've worked in a fabric store, give them to me. And Rebecca found some extra fabric that way. But Rebecca pointed out this fabric to me, and it was 40% off, so I knew I had to have it. It's avocados. In love. It is Valentine avocados, and I love it so much. It is the like pair to my Christmas avocado that I bought from Joann's in like my last trip, which was Christmas avocados. I love it. I love it. I've got Christmas avocados and Valentine's avocados, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think that they both have to be the same project. And I appreciate it so very much. So I got, I think, 5 yards of this in total. I was going to get 4 yards, and then there was like 5 yards, or is it 6 yards?
I think you got 4.
I think, no.
You were originally going to get 3, and then you said 4. Did they have a remnant?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay, maybe you got 4.
Yes. So I was originally, I just looked at the tag here, the receipt. So I got 4, and there was an extra yard and actually a bit.
Oh.
And she only charged me for 1 more yard. And the 1 more yard was at a remnant price. So originally this fabric was $9.99 a meter. Then it was discounted 40% off. So what would that be? $6. And then the last meter I got another $3 off. So the last meter was $3. So happy days. Yard. It's a yard. I'm in America. This was in America.
Yeah,
it's a yard.
unlike Canada that uses both.
Yeah, Canada just like whatever goes, whatever floats your boat. Meters, yards, let's do this. That was my fabric haul. So please welcome to the seat next door to me, Lady Rebecca Fashions, for our final thoughts. Come here. Come here, my darling. Okay.
Are we crooked?
I feel. I
think we're very crooked.
You know what? If it's crooked, it's fine. It's just, it is what it is.
Also, you're wearing black and I'm wearing white, so the camera's like loving this.
The camera's just like, what is going on here? In conclusion, Rebecca and I or Lady Rebecca Fashions and I had such a wonderful time in Vancouver, and also Surrey, and also Joanne's too.
I know this was your last trip to Joanne's. I will be going to Joanne's many more times, I'm sure, before it closes.
Yes, yes, and like fight other people for the deals. Elbows out.
What is this, a Ristashaw?
No, you say that, like elbows out, like fight them, like get to, must be an Australian thing.
No, I just know thumbs up, wrists together, elbows together, Ristashaw, Ristashaw.
What is that?
It's like a campfire song.
Okay, we don't have campfires in Australia because they turn into wildfires. So that would explain why I don't know that. But yeah, no, we say like elbows out when you're fighting people in shopping. Like elbows out, knock them out. We're very violent in Australia.
Gosh, in Australia you have to watch out for the spiders, the alligators, and the elbows.
And the people, just the people in general. All right. This has been our entire week, just laughing at each other, really. As you can see, we are very good friends, good mates, off camera and on camera. And just as a bit of a preview, this one said to me today over dinner, so you have one full day left. How about we do a 24-hour challenge, or rather an 8-hour challenge? And
I just asked her what she wanted to do tomorrow, and she's like, let's be crazy.
I did not say that. I love it. She's blaming me. But basically, she suggested this chaos, and I'm like, oh, God. Okay, you know what? I'm in. So, yes.
Teaser of things to come.
Teaser of things to come. So, yes, we definitely bring out the craziness and
the enablingness of
we
each
really
other.
do. Like, I think we both bought fabric we didn't actually need, because the other one is like, buy the fabric. When are you going to be up here again? When are you going to be on this side of the world again? Like, yeah, we definitely enabled each other.
Oh, yeah.
And we had so much fun doing it.
We did.
I think
Steph didn't help either.
Steph did not help. I think my favorite store that I went into, oh, that's a really tough one.
That is a tough question.
Look, I loved the chaos of Dresso. Just because like there was so many different sales and prices and like just positive energy in comparison to Joanne's. But I really loved the selection of Punjab and Rocco.
Yeah.
I think that they were incredibly awesome.
I think Rocco's probably my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rocco was good. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some really beautiful fabrics in Rocco.
And they had pricing, so you didn't have to awkwardly go up to people and ask them what the price is.
In fairness, the piece that you really like, AK, please check out her video to see what I'm referring to. You had to ask that one for that one.
That is true, because it was supposed to be part of a set.
Yes.
And they sold it to me as a panel.
Yes, but there was a few like that as well, like the velvets as well. But
True.
they were like, we like you, so they gave you one price and then they lowered it again for you.
Yeah, they did.
It was
really great.
They were lovely. Like, they were a lovely team. But yeah, I reckon that would probably be the most that like lots of people would probably get a good deal in. I just personally didn't.
Good variety there too.
Good variety,
yeah.
And Punjab, I think, had lots of different fabrics.
Oh yeah.
But I felt like you had to wade through a lot of very unusable fabrics, at least for the type of work that we were doing.
And specifically because we had already been to so many stores, I think is the other thing.
That
if we had started there, I think we would have been more wowed and potentially like more interested in other types of fabrics.
Yes. Though I will say that their silks there were $30 a meter, and they were a little bit questionable about what the percentage is of
silk. Yeah. They said they gestured to a whole area and were like, these were all 100% silk.
And we were touching them and like, that's polyester.
This one doesn't feel like silk. So.
Yeah. So we need to get a flame and
I know, we do need to burn test
let's
stuff.
burn stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Would do it again. I reckon that she should come to Singapore with me. And we can do the Singapore route because like that is my personal favorite, will always be personal favorite. I've done LA, I've done New York.
I want to take you to LA.
I feel like that would be a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
In the comments, why don't you tell us, should Rebecca come to Singapore and then come to Australia? It's only a 6-hour flight from Singapore to Perth.
Oh my gosh.
I have been trying to convince her for years to come to Perth.
And Kiralee doesn't understand that Americans don't get vacation time.
I know that, I know, but still it'd be fun. So Singapore, or should I meet Rebecca in LA?
June college?
I think that might be a bit soon, don't you think?
Not this year, maybe.
Not this year. Meet Rebecca in LA and go to the LA Fabric District, and she can take me to all of her favourite places. So in the comments, let us know. Otherwise, we'll meet in Japan and do Napori together.
That works too.
I mean, that would be fun. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye! And then we went to fabric something. Save on fabric. Damn it! I seriously knew all of these names until I started recording.